Welcome, STEMgineers, to STEM to Stern, the podcast where curiosity meets critical thinking. Join Chauntée and Jake as they discuss STEM topics that spark debate and exploration.
Hey everyone, welcome back to STEM to Stern. I'm Chauntée.
And I'm Jake.
And today's topic is all about something that Jake wants to talk about that bothers him. Who doesn't want to hear that? I know I need to hear it.
A common scientific misconception. We were thinking about this as a topic for one of these podcasts, and I was thinking about it really hard, and I think I came up with it. A lot of people mistake the idea of a law in science versus a theory. And I often hear people say things like, well, once a theory gets enough evidence, it becomes a law, right? That's not the case. So, a law in science is an observation about nature. It's you can observe what's happening. For instance, the law of universal gravitation. If I pick something up and I drop it, it falls down to Earth. But a theory in science is all about describing how something happens. So it's more like a model, so working model.
As opposed to just the fact.
Yeah, exactly. So laws kind of explain what's happening, whereas theories explain why it's happening. So, for instance, in the case of gravity, the law would be the law of universal gravitation, where things fall towards the center of mass of a system. And then the theory of that would be like the theory of relativity that we use to describe how gravity works.
But theories are not laws.
Exactly. And theories can never become laws.
In theory, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying. But wait, so but they were a theory and then they became a law, right?
No. So
I'm just saying they had to have a theory in place to be able to test it to find the law,
well,
right?
Well, not exactly. I mean, again, a law is like an observation, whereas a theory describes how does that thing happen. So and I remember seeing when I was a kid in high school, occasionally I would see textbooks where they would actually say, theories eventually become laws, which is not correct. So that's one of my personal
According
pet
to
peeves.
Jacob.
From what I can remember from high school.
That's right. And now if you disagree with that, which absolutely you can, tell us why you disagree and what you feel like is actually the right definition of those two. Not saying this is wrong, but not saying it's right. I can't disprove it, but I sure will try.
Yeah, and I can reply
too.
I'll reply to your comments.
Oh, this is going to be fun, actually.
Internet.
Easy access to debates, which was what we want.
Absolutely.
But I do think there are theories out there that people mistakenly call a law. And I think certainly. that happens often in science where we misuse a word and say, this is a law of gravity. And that's actually part of the theory of the law of gravity.
Exactly.
And it's not the actual law. So I don't disagree with that part.
And the thing to keep in mind when it comes to theories in science is that they're ever evolving. Science is, I think Carl Sagan once said, science is asymptotically approaching the truth. And if you know anything about math and asymptotes, you will have a curve that gets ever so close to this edge, but it never actually gets there. But we're always getting closer and closer to the truth.
It's like those old TV screens. They used to have the little thing bounce around and get so close to the corner and then it doesn't actually hit it that. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's it's gonna. Nope. That's science.
90s screensavers to the rescue.
We're too old for that, probably. So we're old. That's what we're showing you right now.
Precisely.
But if you have a theory or a law that you want to disprove Jake's point, please help me, because I would like to do that because it's fun.
Absolutely. And check out our show notes for some more resources on this.
Until next time.
Thanks for tuning in to STEM to Stern. We hope today's episode got you thinking. If you enjoyed the discussion, subscribe and share it with others. And be sure to check out our show notes for free resources and links that go along with today's episode. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring, STEMgineers.